Patrick Valentine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I play my games. Even talk about wrestling. Even talk about anime. I can't get no satisfaction completing every game to 100%, even if it may seem very tough. Get to the end. I will push hard to reach the end, even if it may seem tough. Complete the game. It doesn't matter what I play, I will achieve victory. Yeah, you will see my gaming prowess. Take me to the end, It doesn't matter what I play, I will push my limits. You will see me reach to the very end. Yes, welcome to my channel. My gaming skills will take me to the end. Like and subscribe! Hello everybody and welcome to this double pay-per-view review. I'm gonna go through this as quickly as I can because, well, I don't have a whole lot to say. Double pay-per-view review, Pat? So what are you doing? Well, AEW Forbidden Door was on today and also NXT Heatwave. Now, I don't usually watch a lot of NXT. I guess I was just bored and I just felt like just seeing what was on. But also, I guess I was intrigued by the triple threat match with the TNA Knockouts title between JC, Ash, and Marsha. And I also wanted to see Mariah May take on Jordynne Grace. That's really about it. That's really all I really cared about on Heatwave. But, yeah. So, I'll start off with AEW, since that is also the bigger show. And also, this was also very noticeable for the returns of Jamie Hayter and Warlord, which is kind of funny because this is like the second time Jamie Hayter has returned on the pre-show in London, because last year she returned in London on the pre-show when Saraya was having a rant about not being on the show, and she made her return then, and now she makes her return again on the pre-show. So not only that Jamie Hayter is the comeback queen of the London, England, she's also the comeback queen of appearing on pre-shows. I mean, I'm not saying I have an issue with it. I'm not saying it in a way that it's supposed to be a negative. I'm just saying it in a funny, hilarious way that both times she's come back, it's been on a pre-show, you know, before the actual main show. Well, speaking of the pre-show, there was lots of multi-person tags that I'm kind of gonna skip over because I don't really care. But the only one I will talk about is the women's one with the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Tekla teamed with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, and they beat Harley Cameron. Hey, Harley came back. I'm not sure when she came back, but hey, cool to see Harley back. Chris Statlander and Queen Aminata and Willow Nightingale. I really hope they're still building to that Chris Statlander heel turn, because I don't really like seeing her teaming with Willow still. But yeah, like I said, this match was also the return of Jamie Hayter, because the last time we saw her, Tekla attacked her. So Tekla pretty much attacked her, which is how, you know, that's how Tekla made her debut. She made her debut by attacking Jamie Hayter. So it actually makes sense to have Jamie Hayter come out during this, instead of just having Jamie Hayter confront, you know, Tony Storm or Mercedes for no reason. So it actually makes sense to have her come back wanting revenge on the person that attacked her. So I'm going to be skipping over the other pre-show matches. I don't really care. So the opening match was Adam Copeland and Christian Cage defeating Kill Switch Kip. Kill Switch and Kip, sorry. Oh, I thought that was the same name. These are supposed to be Nick Wayne's running buddies. I think these guys are Nick Wayne's running buddies. Yeah, good way to start off the show with a who cares match. Starting things off with a really, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep kind of match. I didn't really care for this. I know some people might like it, but me personally, it was not for me. I couldn't really care less for Edge and Christian. To me, they have really long overstayed their welcomes. But, you know, people only like them because they still hold on to their nostalgia of the Attitude Era, which is the main reason why. So, finally, I can wake up a little bit and actually enjoy the show. Kyle Fletcher defends the TNT Championship against Hiromu. I'm not sure if I said that name right. Takahashi, I think that's how you say it. But correct me if I'm wrong. And Kyle Fletcher was able to win after a solid match. So now we get Mercedes Moné defending her TBS title in a Fatal 4-Way against Alex Windsor, Bozilla, I think that's how you say it, and Perispone, not sure how you say that. Not sure how you say that. I'm pretty sure people will correct me on how to pronounce that name. So each of these representatives were from different companies. As far as I'm aware, all of these were different representatives from different companies. I think one was a CMLL representative, and obviously Alex represented AEW, and I'm not sure who the other one represented. So I know, but all I know is that they represented different companies that AEW are in partnerships with, I believe. But yeah, this was fantastic. As usual, Mercedes doing everything she can to elevate these championships and also making other girls look good. She made all three of her opponents look really good because she's Mercedes Moné. She knows how to make everyone look good. So she did her role very well, and she got the pin, and Mercedes ultimately retained her TBS championship. So again, the people that want to see her lose all the rest of her titles and go on that massive downfall are just desperate people that want to see her back in WWE. That's how I see it. So she continues her incredible reign. She's not gonna lose that TBS title until she beats Jade Cargill's record, guys. I think it's time for you guys to accept that fact. Zack Sabre Jr. defends the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Nigel McGuinness. I guess he commentates and wrestles, Mr. McGuinness. So, this was fine. I thought it was an alright match, a good little match here. I never really saw Nigel McGuinness wrestle. Never really ever saw him wrestle. I know he was a great commentator on NXT when I watched him, but yeah, never really saw Nigel wrestle. But, Zack Sabre retained, and I thought that was fine. I thought there was nothing wrong with that at all. Three-way for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Apparently Brody King and Bandito tied with FTR. They had a 30-minute draw in the finals of that tag team tournament, who would determine who would fight the Hurt Syndicate. So that's why both of these teams are in here, because it was a time limit draw. And how do I know that? Well, I looked it up. That's how I know. So Brodito and FTR versus the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team titles. And we get new champions! MVP was saying stuff like the Hurt Syndicate should have competition, and they want to see if anyone had the guts to take their titles, and we get that. We see Brody King and Bandito become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Good for Brody King. He wasn't really doing much in that House of Black thing that Aleister Black did. Like, I know he was trio tag team champion with Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy, or Buddy Matthews, I should say. But honestly, good for him. Good for him. Nice to see him. He's in an odd pairing tag team with Bandito. And we all know wrestling always does the odd pairing tag teams. And yeah, we get new tag team champions. And it's kind of funny that the moment that the Hurt Syndicate get rid of MJF from their group, they're no longer the tag team champions. What a surprise. Maybe MJF wasn't the problem after all. But yeah, new tag team champions. And I am okay with that. Okada defends the Unified Championship against Swerve. Okada would go on to retain in a very competitive match. So there's that. So that was good. So that was an alright matchup as well. That was good. Fine little matchup as well. Next you get Toni Storm taking on Athena. This is Athena's Casino Gauntlet Championship contract cash-in for the AEW Women's World Championship. This is the one match I was looking forward to. So, this is why I was surprised. So, I guess I should mention it since I didn't do a review. I was genuinely surprised Athena and Mercedes won on the Go Home show when Toni Storm and Alex versus Mercedes and Athena. A part of me thought that they should have had Alex and Toni win that and have Alex submit Mercedes right before the pay-per-view, but instead they had Athena and Mercedes retain. But obviously Mercedes didn't lose her championship, so it's not like that really mattered. But still, I thought that would have made more sense than what they went with, in my opinion anyway. But regardless, Toni Storm and Athena had a great 15-minute match. I think Athena was saying she was undefeated or something. I'm not entirely sure. That was probably on Ring of Honor. But she was champion for about 1,000 days or something. Jesus Christ. Just get the damn Ring of Honor belt off her, please. Seriously. The fact she's been champion for about 1,000 days is literally ridiculous. Come on now. It's getting a little ridiculous. Look, just give the damn belt to Mercedes or something. Just have Mercedes go to Ring of Honor and beat Athena for it or something. If you really want someone to get the damn belt off her, just give it to someone like Mercedes or something. Seriously, just get the damn belt off her. It's getting ridiculous. It's almost as bad as Roman Reigns when he was world champion for about 1,000 days or so. But unlike Roman Reigns, Athena doesn't make me hate her like Roman Reigns did. But anyway, so this was a very competitive and great match. I was surprised at the outcome. Toni Storm won by submission, tapped Athena out to a sleeper hold. The reason why I said I was surprised by the result is because it was by submission. Athena isn't the kind of person, at least in my eyes, I've never really seen her as the kind of person to tap out, which is very rare. But, I wonder if that's the end of Athena and Billy Starks on AEW now, because they're technically Ring of Honor wrestlers. Are they just going to go right back to being on Ring of Honor now? Personally, I hope not, because I think Athena, her star power is really needed on AEW television. Just take the damn Ring of Honor Women's World title off her, for God's sake. Just take the damn belt off her, for crying out loud. Is that the only reason why they didn't have her win? And look, I love me some Toni Storm. I love me some Toni Storm, but if that was why they didn't have Athena win, because she's the Ring of Honor World Champion, then just take the damn belt off her, for crying out loud. She doesn't need to be champion anymore. Just literally have her vacate it. You don't need to have her hold it anymore. You can just literally have Athena vacate it. Just say, I've proven no one can beat me for this title, so I'll give all the other losers in the back a chance at winning this title, and I'll vacate it. And then she can go off to AEW or something. Seriously, it's It's literally insane to me that the only person, it's absolutely insane to me that she's still the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, instead of just having her vacate it, or just have Billy Starks turn on her and then win the title from her. Like, I thought that was the whole point. I thought that was the whole point of Billy Starks being with her. I literally thought that was the whole point of Billy Starks being with her, so Billy Starks would finally turn on Athena and then beat her for the belt. I thought that was supposed to be the point, but I guess not. But yeah, to me this is just a bit weird. The matchup was great, but man, I just really wish they'd get that damn thing off Athena. Like, come on, just get that Ring of Honor title off her, man. Come on, Tony Khan. Get the damn Ring of Honor World title off her. Like, she's been the champion long enough. Then we get the AEW Heavyweight World Championship match. I'm surprised this was not. I thought this was MJF's Casino cash-in, but for some reason they said it wasn't his Casino cash-in. I thought it was, because I thought that was why he agreed to having a match with him, was so then he could put down the contract. Bizarrely weird. Okay, don't know why this wasn't his Casino Gauntlet cash-in, even though it felt like it was, but Hangman Page would win the match, he would defeat MJF and remain AEW World Champion. But if this isn't his cash-in, does that mean he can still use it if it wasn't his official cash-in? Because for some reason they said that if Hangman Page got counted out or disqualified, he would lose the title. So, yeah, bizarre. So a lights out steel cage match. It was the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin and Hiroshi, as they say, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Will Ospreay would defeat the Death Riders of Claudio Castagnoli, Jon Moxley, Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd. That's who they ultimately beat. In the lights out match. And Will Ospreay got written off TV again. I thought he came back from his injury, but I guess he's not fully recovered from his injury because he got the hell beat out of him after the match. So, alright, so now that's all sorted. Now that that's all taken care of, let's jump over. To NXT. Let's jump over to NXT Heatwave, and I'll give you guys a quick preview on what happened on this show. So, there was a triple threat match to determine the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. It was Lola Vice taking on Jada Parker and Kalani Jordan. Lola Vice would ultimately win, which, you know, I don't mind Lola Vice. I think she's alright. She's not a bad wrestler. I get why some people don't like her. Kalani is also a great wrestler. Jada Parker is probably someone I don't understand why people like her. She's someone I don't really see much of the appeal in. But, whatevs, I suppose. But, yeah, Lola Vice is now number one contender, and she will challenge JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship at a future time. Probably just on a random episode of NXT or something, because I don't really think they have any other pay-per-views coming up. We get Dark State, the NXT's Retribution, because that's what they are. They're NXT's Retribution. It is Dion Lennox, Dion Lennox, and oh god, I am not trying to say that first name. Griffin. That's his last name. Griffin. I'm just going to say that. They ended up dethroning Hank and Tank to become the NXT Tag Team Champions. So, yeah, that's all I can say about that very much. Dark State, to me, they're just NXT's retribution. Many people will say, but better, but in my opinion, but worse. So, yeah, they're now the Tag Team Champions. Alright, time for the match one of the matches I was interested in, the triple threat match for the TNA Knockouts World Title. JC Jane defends the title against Marsha Slamovich and Ash by Elegance, who was accompanied by Heather by Elegance and Maggie by Elegance. Well, they say M by Elegance, but her name's Maggie Lee. And JC Jane had Fallon Henley and Jasmine Knox by her side. So this triple threat match was pretty good. I thought this was pretty good. And the biggest surprising result of them all is that JC Jane didn't win. JC Jane ultimately lost the TNA Knockouts title to none other than Ash by Elegance. I know, right? The former Dana Brooke is now a world champion, and she won her first world title in the company that released her. So, think about that for a second. This company released her. Ash by Elegance. They released her. She was a part of the company for 10 years. They released her. And here she is on a WWE PLE winning her promotion's title on a WWE PLE. This has to be some kind of cruel joke. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I love Ash. She's someone I have always been a fan of. She's someone I've always been a fan of, and it's kind of funny that, you know, I just think it's hilarious that the company that fired her booked her to win the title. Are they trying to convince her to come back or something? Like, seriously. Is this their way of, are they doing this as a way of an apology for releasing her? Like, come on now. I just think it's so funny that the only time she finally wins a world title is if it's on a WWE pay-per-view. It's so silly. In my opinion, she should have won the world title when Jordynne Grace was the champion. But no, they didn't do it then, so I thought she'd never be a world champion. But here she is. She's now the TNA Knockouts World Champion, and honestly, I'm okay with it, mainly because it gets the belt off JC Jane. Like, JC didn't need the TNA Knockouts title. She didn't. I'm just going to be blunt. She did not need it. JC did not need the TNA Knockouts World Championship. She did not need it. They took the title off Marsha for shock value, just so that they can have another WWE person hold the damn belt. Because WWE love having their stars go over all the time. But even then, JC didn't even get pinned. They're still protecting their own stars. They're still protecting their stars. Even if she didn't win, even if she lost, they didn't have JC get pinned. They had Ash pin Marsha. So even when they lose, even when WWE book their talent to lose, they still can't give them the courtesy of giving TNA the courtesy of pinning their champion. So again, while I am happy for Ash, JC didn't need the Knockouts title. It's just utterly dumb that her first world title is won on a WWE PLE instead of on a TNA one, and they had the TNA wrestler pin another TNA wrestler instead of having Ash pin JC, even though that would have made more sense. But whatever, I suppose. I guess as long as the title's back on TNA, I guess that's perfectly fine. And now I have more confidence that Indy Hartwell can win the TNA Knockouts title now, because her beating Ash by Elegance, I think she has a better chance of beating Dana Brooke than she does beating JC Jane. So she has a better chance of beating Dana Brooke than she did beating JC Jane. So yeah, I mean, awesome. Congratulations to Ash. I think she's definitely earned her time as a world champion. I don't think it'll last long. It probably won't last really long, if I'm being completely honest. But, you know, but hey, at least she got her world title. At least she's getting a world title run at least. So, that's really all I can really say about that, really. So, hey, congratulations to Ash. So next we get, I am not calling her by that name, and I refuse to call her by that name, and I don't care how many people scream at me for saying her name is this, I am not calling her that. Mariah May takes on Jordynne Grace in a singles match. I will say this, her WWE theme is good. It's not as good as her AEW one though. It's not as good as her AEW one, but it's still passable, and it is something I can actually at least tolerate and listen to. It's nothing that is so egregiously awful. But in my opinion, Mariah May has definitely not been doing well. Like her promos are just not good under WWE. WWE giving, like, she just sounds so micromanaged. When I listen to her speak, she sounds so scripted, so micromanaged. It's like she's trying to like read a script and trying to like remember what she had to say. Because in Stardom and AEW, she didn't have to do that. She could say whatever the heck she wanted to. In Stardom and AEW, she didn't have to worry about a script. She could say whatever the blithering hell she wanted. But here in WWE, she has to read between the lines, and be more PG. She has to be more PG to what WWE wants her to be. So that's how I look at that. So she took on Jordynne Grace, and the only positive about this is that I can say is at least Mariah won. That, to me, that's a positive. At least she got the win. I was concerned she wasn't going to win, but I can say I am happy she did at least win. It was a good little match, and at least they gave Mariah the win. Oh boy, a match I didn't care for was Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus Tavon Heights and Tara May Steele. I'm not American, but I'll tell you this right now, I am so sick of WWE doing these anti-American gimmicks. Ethan Page is probably the only former AEW superstar who I can comfortably tell you guys has been the most successful out of all the people that have come from AEW and gone to WWE. But Ricky Starks was successful, I know. But where has he been since? Where has Ricky Starks been since his brief run as the NXT North American Champion? Where Penta gets featured every week. He hasn't won a title. Mariah May, surprisingly hasn't won the top title yet, even though she pinned JC Jane in her first match. But I'm just saying, out of all of the people that have come from AEW, Ethan Page is easily the most successful, and I'm not going to argue against it. He is easily the most successful out of all the people that have come from AEW to WWE. All the others I can't really say for sure, because in my opinion they haven't done a whole lot. Especially Ray Phoenix. Man, that guy can't even get a break. He's on main event now. So, wrestling friggin' one of those pretty deadly dudes. But yeah. But that's the point I'm making. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is that when it comes to AEW talent, Ethan Page is easily the most successful. But again, I cannot stand these gimmicks where you give non-Americans these stupid gimmicks where they go, I hate America. I'm gonna turn an American title into a Canadian title or whatever. Like the typical heel character, the typical foreign heel, that's the word I was looking for. To have that typical foreign heel character, it's so irritating and it's so stupid, and I hate it. I hate it. It's so stupid, and now they got Chelsea Green paired with him. Like, come on. Like, you want to make Ethan Page even more insufferable? Just pair Chelsea Green with him? Like, come on. Like the American crowd, like the crowd were even cheering them. They're in America, and they were literally cheering them over the people that were supposed to be fighting for the rights for America. Tavon Heights and Tara May Steele. Like, that's the biggest issue. These two people were fighting for America, and the American fans were cheering for the Canadians. If that tells you that these people do not care about Tavon Heights and Tara May Steele or WWE are just that bad. Like, come on, is this supposed to be a joke? I hate foreign heel gimmicks. Like, I hate foreign heel gimmicks, and to me, they're forced. To me, they are so forced, and I hate them so much. To me, they are so darn forced, and it just annoys me. I can't stand these kinds of gimmicks. They just come off so forced. They just did this with Chelsea Green when she was the United States champion. They literally did this when she was the US champion. She was the foreign heel US champion, trying to say she wanted to turn she wanted to create a sculpture with her face on it, or whatever the hell it was. The thing with the salute thing that she had on the bloody Titantron thing. But regardless, they do this all the damn time. Whenever a non-American wins the US title, they do this shit all the damn time. At least they didn't do it with Julia, thank God. But still, it's really irritating. It's really irritating. It's so darn forced. And I'm not American, but man, I get so sick of these characters. I'm not American, but God, I so hate these gimmicks, and they're so darn forced. Ethan and Chelsea won. Chelsea got the pin on that Tara May Steele. The fans really didn't want to see their American heroes get the win over the evil Canadians. and that's my response to that match. The Americans wanted the Canadians to win, so they clearly don't care about their own country. And the main event was Obafemi taking on Javon Evans for the NXT Championship, and Obafemi pretty much retained. You know, I'm really over Obafemi. I'm so over this guy. Like, I get it. He's a big, strong, powerful dude. But God, I'm so over this guy. This guy has been shoved down the fans' throats since the moment he walked into NXT. Like, the moment he walked into NXT, won the North American title, had the longest reign in the title's history, and then he drops the title to Tony D'Angelo, and then he goes right into the NXT title division, and then he immediately wins the NXT championship. Like, it's, like, to me, that is the definition of shoving a wrestler down the fans' throats. That's like having Mariah May debut, win the Women's North American title, and then she has a good run with it, then you have her drop it, but then she goes right into the NXT Women's division, and then you immediately give her the title then. That's the definition of shoving a wrestler down the fans' throats. And I don't care how good Obafemi is, that is the definition of shoving a wrestler down the fans' throats. And I guarantee you, when Obafemi makes it to the main roster and he doesn't win a title so fast, all the fans are going to be complaining online saying that Triple H is missing out on his talent because they're not booking him like Shawn Michaels would by having him come in and immediately win a title on his first day first day. Like, really? I'm sorry, I'm so over this guy. I'm so over Femi. I get he's a powerful dude. I get he's probably a decent wrestler, but I'm just so sick and tired of seeing people. I'm just so sick of Shawn Michaels just booking people to immediately become champions so quickly. I understand you don't want these people to spend 2 or 3 years before they become a champion, but still, I just don't like it when you just give all these wrestlers all these accomplishments so quickly. But yeah, honestly, it's so tiring. Honestly, it's so darn tiring that I just don't really care anymore. And one other thing I want to mention here real quick before I wrap this up is that WWE did a segment where Ava, the NXT GM, announced she plans on keeping the WWE Speed Championship lineage going, but now they're being moved to NXT. I don't understand this. Instead of just burying these titles 6 feet under, just along with their show, because WWE Speed is no longer airing on X, it's no longer on Twitter, because their rights to the show ended on X, Twitter, whatever. Now the titles were in limbo, and now so WWE's solution is, instead of just killing the titles, just like the title, instead of just the titles being dead with the show, they're just like, nah, we'll just move it to NXT instead. We'll make these titles NXT exclusive. This is so stupid. Why does NXT need these titles? It's bad enough that they've got the Heritage Cup, which is also stupid. But then you've got the main 4 titles, plus that Heritage Cup, and then now you're giving them the Speed titles. That's a total of 7 belts in the developmental system. The developmental system now has 7 championships. 3 of them are women. The NXT women's title, the North American one, and now the Speed one. So you now the women now have 2 mid-card titles to fight over. Why are these titles still a thing? I don't understand that logic. I just do not understand the logic of keeping these Speed titles around. Do people even care about Speed? I don't. I sure as hell don't. I might have watched a couple of episodes, but that had nothing to do with the show. That had nothing to do with me being interested in the show. I was only watching for certain talents. Like when Naomi and Blair Davenport were on it once. When Io Sky was on it once. That's the main reason why I watch it, just to see the talent I like, if they were on there. But still, man, it's still utter crap. And now the Speed titles are now canon. That now means the titles' lineages are now canon to the WWE. But whatever. I'm done now. That's it. I'm done now. I don't need to ramble on anymore. This video's gone on long enough as it is, and this is why I don't do double reviews, because the videos are going to be long. So, thank you for watching, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.